In today's topic, we are looking at cultivation of roots and tubers. Yam, Dioscoriasp. Description: yam belongs to the family Dioscoraceae. It is a root and tuber crop grown in West Africa and it is rich in carbohydrates. Varieties/cultivar: water yam, Dioscorulata; yellow yam, Dioscorea cyanesis; white yam, Dioscorea rotundata; bitter yam, Dioscora domentorum; aerial yam, Dioscora bulbifera. Land preparation: clearing the land and making ridges either manually or mechanically. Climatic requirement: temperature of 25°-30 °C, rainfall of 100 cm to 180 cm per annum. Soil requirement: a well-drained sandy loamy soil, rich in humus. Method of propagation: by yam seeds or yam sets. Planting date: early yam, November, December; late yam, March, April. Planting: open a hole on the ridge using a hoe and place one yam set inside with the cut surface turned upward and slightly placed at an angle of 45°. Seed rate: 3 to 5 tons per hectare. Spacing: 90 cm by 100 cm. Cultural practices: mulching, weeding, application of fertilizers, staking, training of vine. Maturity period: 8 to 12 months depending on variety. Harvesting: this is done by digging the soil gently with a cutlass to remove the tuber from the soil. Processing: it can be processed into yam flour. Uses: it is consumed by man and farm animals. Storage: yam tubers are stored in barns. Cassava, Manihot. Description: cassava is a root and tuber crop, rich in carbohydrate. It is easily cultivated and can grow in relatively poor soil. Varieties/cultivar: sweet cassava, Manihot tudulissima; bitter cassava, Manihot palmata. Land preparation: clearing the land and making ridges either manually or mechanically. Climatic requirement: temperature of 21°-35 °C, rainfall of 150 to 200 cm per annum. Soil requirement: dried loamy soil. It can also tolerate poor soil. Method of propagation: by stem cuttings, 25 to 30 cm long. Planting date: March to September depending on ecological zone. Planting: 2/3 f. The stem cuttings are buried in slanting position or at an angle of 45°. Spacing: 100 cm by 100 cm. Cultural practices: weeding and fertilizer application. Maturity period: 10 to 15 months depending on varieties. Harvesting: this is done by digging the soil gently around the tubers and pulling the stem gently so that the tubers are pulled along, or use cassava puller. Processing: it can be processed into cassava flour, gari or fufu. Uses: it is consumed by man and farm animals. Storage: cassava is stored in processed form in sacks.